Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who return. Also, this is the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. We've got over 2,600 of these available for your listening pleasure, and we continue in that vein. This is the 87 Superstars of Wrestling series, and we continue to bring you the best in pro wrestling, old school, new school, all points in between. Obviously, the summer of 1987, a few months after the wonder that is the main run there. Lots of six-man tag team action and all that wonderful stuff. Around this time period, British Beefcake, who is just doing the barber thing, Jacques and Raymond Rougeau, still baby faces, Bubba Kirk, Rick Renshaw, and Dave Wagner. Raymond Renshaw pins Kirk after a double team from the Rougeaus, 1 minute and 54 seconds. Rougeaus still kind of trying to find their, I guess you'd say, next process or progress or whatever. Obviously, British Beefcake coming in as the barber, off the Dream Team thing, and certainly kind of getting things going in their proper direction. The babyface Rougeaus and Beefcake, basic drop kicks, both double and single drop kicks from the Rougeaus. Beefcake hits a flying knee, doesn't get the sleeper the way that he normally does. Just a couple of months off of the nature of the Beefcake thing, he actually spray paints a B, a big letter B, on the chest of his adversary there, and kind of leading into, obviously, the idea that the barber and the barber gimmick would be a major force going forward. Then we go into the update with Craig DeGeorge. Craig DeGeorge only here for about a year and a half, also kind of going into just some really interesting things here in 1987. Craig DeGeorge trying to keep the fans abreast of the events in the area. The major deal there is the winning by Sensational Sherry from the Fabulous Moolah in Paris, France, of the Women's Championship, which at the time Fabulous Moolah had been purported as having held the championship on and off for 27 years up until 1985. So that's there. Then we go to another in the six-man tag team action here. This time managed by the Heenan family, Bobby Heenan with Hercules, King Harley Race, and Rick Rude, with Bobby Heenan defeating Mario Mancini, Ricky Hunter, and Jerry Allen. Rude pinned Hunter after a slingshot suplex, 1 minute 38 seconds. This is Rick Rude's TV debut. Of course, the Heenan family, probably at the time one of, if not the greatest stables in wrestling at the time. Rick Rude kind of gets a couple of shots in, kind of I wouldn't say necessarily a showcase for Rude, but I think probably with it being his TV debut, needs to be. Bobby Heenan also still wearing the neck brace from being attacked at the hands of none other than Ken Patera, former charge of his. Big power slam by Rude at one point, and Jerry Allen kicks out from underneath, and Allen tries to keep things going his way. Also, attempted backbreaker. Rude is in for the majority of the match. Slingshot suplex, a la Tully Blanchard. Hulk Hogan talking about the upcoming matches with Killer Khan and others around the area. Hogan still here in 1987, roaring with Hulkamania as much as he ever had before. Also a vignette with the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, coming in, talking about everybody having a price for the $1 Million Man, from almost a mansion level set. And there we go there. Ken Patera with brown hair, still kind of talking about the nature of things there. And, into a Terry Gibbs match. Patera coming out of jail just a few short months before doing the babyface run, which never really takes off. He's here for about a year, maybe a little bit more, and it just doesn't come together. Patera does get the full Nelson and gets a moderate babyface thing with the Islanders, also talking about wanting to get rid of every team in their wake here in the summer of 1987. Bobby Heenan not with them yet, but will be very soon. Honky Tonk Man is your Intercontinental Champion, having won the championship right after WrestleMania. So very beginning of his run here, a couple of months in. Colonel Jimmy Hart is beside the Honky Tonk Man there, and Honky doing a red leisure suit. They have not started the Peggy Sue thing that would come a little bit later. Hart holding Honky's guitar for him, and Jimmy Hart very, very happy with the outlay of the Honky Tonk Man. Still, ban the DDT is the idea of the Honky Tonk Man. Doesn't necessarily come together for him, as that never happens. He pins Joe Malono with the Shake, Rattle, and Roll. 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Couple of takedowns and other basic maneuvers, but nothing in a major way. Superstar Billy Graham defeats Butch Reed in a pose down before the result of the contest is revealed. Reed and Slick attack Graham, focusing on his hip until Graham is cleared. Reed out of the ring. Gene Okerlund is the MC for the event. Basically, the pose down is in effort to try to get some babyface run behind good old Superstar Billy Graham, but it doesn't really come about because Billy Graham isn't in the right level of, I guess you'd say, medical clearance to be able to be a big run there. Also, Rick Martel does cut a promo where he admits that Tom Zink is out of the WWF. Didn't realize that was summer of '87. For some reason, I thought it was a little bit later than that. But anyway, the idea there is that Martel will be moving towards a new tag team. Also, the speed with which Strikeforce, Tito Santana, and Rick Martel win the tag team championships does make me wonder about the possibility that the original plan was for Zink and Martel to win the championships there. And then we go to Killer Khan facing off against Eric Cooper. Killer Khan doing the rounds with Hulk Hogan at the time on the house shows. Khan punch kick and managed by Mr. Fuji. Top rope knee drop and ultimately getting the victory there. Gene Okerlund brings in Mr. Fuji. Fuji promises that Killer Khan is going to be the death of Hulkamania. Also, Billy Jack Haynes and Ken Patera against Demolition. Demolition, a new team. Mr. Fuji, their relatively new manager. Johnny V was with them a month or two, but Axe and Smash are in control of their destiny going forward to be probably one of the most decorated WWF tag teams of all time. We will then continue with more right after this.